Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. In the last part we started the Snake's Remains, level 2, and got the Power Bracelet, and now we can continue on. And right off the bat, we already have another kill room. Yeah, get used to these, by the way. Admittedly, towards Dungeon 3 and 4, there are a bit more puzzles, so yeah. Anyway, we already got giant blade traps who didn't show up until, what, Dungeon... Actually, what Dungeon of Oracle of Ages were they in? I know they were in one, I just can't remember which. Anyway, exclusive to this game, actually, we got these nice little blue roller things, which you can push with the Power Bracelet. Note, they do roll back after a period of time, and in that period of time, if you're behind a wall, or in between it and a wall, you can get crushed. Not instant death, thankfully. Anyway, got a Gasha Seed there, and in this area, first off, that grass on the right is a Deku Scrub, who you can buy 10 bombs from for 30 rupees. And you're gonna need it because this section's kind of tricky. What you have to do is go through this little winding path here and get to that treasure chest. However, the catch is there's a time limit of around 30 to 40 seconds, I believe. So you're gonna need to do this quickly. I would recommend preemptively pulling out your bombs as efficiently as you can and hopefully getting there as soon as possible to get a small key. And it's now I'm actually going to edit back to that room with the rollers because... time saving, plus I needed to buy more bombs. Yeah. Yeah, not really much to say around this point in the dungeon. Here, though, if you run out of bombs, in fact, you could probably do this if you ran out of bombs during the time segment, you can slice these pieces of grass in order to get some. And here we got our first platforming 2D section, though it's really easy. Just let the thwomp fall so he can jump on top of his head. And here we got thwimps! Fresh out of Mario World, though they look more like Mario 3 thwomps, don't they? I should play Mario 3 at some point. And I don't just mean for you guys, I mean for me as well, because I haven't played that game since... 2003? Roughly? Yeah, that's... oh, that was 11 years ago. Oh, God. 10 rupees right there, by the way. This is actually kind of a tricky section, because you got bottomless pits that will open up if you stand on them too long here. And if they open, you actually have to leave the room and re-enter it. Anyway, we're coming up on the mini-boss here, so get out your bombs. And for those of you who played Link's Awakening, this guy looks kind of familiar. Meet Facade! This guy was actually a dungeon boss in Link's Awakening, which I find a bit more appropriate because, as I mentioned back in Ages, they're actually using the Link's Awakening boss music as the mini-boss theme. He's very simple. He can summon beetles down from the ceiling every now and then, but for the most part, he always does this fireball attack. 5 bombs to the face, though, when he goes down, really simply. There's actually one of these Link's Awakening. Oracle of Seasons actually has one of those weird choose-your-own-adventure walkthrough things that's actually an officially book that I have somewhere in the other room. And they actually make mention to the fact that Facade was the Link's Awakening boss, which is weird considering Link's Awakening was a spoiler alert. I'm not going to actually say what that was, but those who played the game know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm going to bomb this passage now, but I'm not going to go in there just yet because I want to get something else first. You don't have to kill anything in this room, by the way. Neither do you have to do in this room, but I like killing snakes because... well, honestly, I'm a Metal Gear Solid nut. And once you've watched the ending of Metal Gear Solid 4, you realize this world is better off without snakes. And I wonder how many Metal Gear Solid fans I just made kind of tear up with that one sentence alone. Mostly from flashbacks. Oh god. And here we got the boss key. Yeah, let's see. Part 4, we're already ending off the second dungeon. Where were we at the end of part, 5 minutes into part 4 into Ages? Oh, here's an annoying room. We got Pole's voices again. However, this time around, we don't have a flute or harp to kill them in one shot. So I have to take the bomb strategy, which took about, 3 minutes. Oh, boy. It's weird. Oh, first off, we got the rotation platform again from Ages, although I think this might be one of, 2 times it appears in Seasons. Anyway, as I was saying, it's weird. So far, the past 2 recordings especially were like towards 23 minutes long, yet they end up being 12. Either I'm doing a lot of editing and I just don't realize it, or I get distracted really easily. Anyway, time for the boss, who is Dodongo, yet again from Zelda 1. Very simple pattern. He only has 2 attacks as far as I'm aware of, and that's a fireball attack that he rarely ever does, and a charge attack. He starts the fireball attack by opening his mouth, in which case, a la Ocarina of Time, you throw a bomb into his mouth and throw him onto the spikes. The spikes can hurt you, by the way. However, you might be realizing why so many Zelda 1 references in this game. Well, you might recall correctly, back in Ages, towards the Ancient Tomb, I mentioned that this was originally going to be a trilogy. However, there was originally only going to be one game. A Game Boy Color remake of Zelda 1, which they took quite a few elements out of and used as references in both Seasons and Ages, mostly Seasons, though. Hence why the gnarled route is so similar to the Dungeon 1 from Zelda 1 in terms of certain references, like Dodongos here and various other things. And there's a heart container from him. Yeah, Dodongo's a really, really easy boss. If you die to him, you should probably put the controller down, honestly. Or you're playing with a blindfold on, in which case, if you got this far, I'm proud of you. Anyway, we got the Gift of Time and Essence of Nature. Seeds sprout as seasons change with the Gift of Time. It actually is giving me kind of both good and bad, Phantom Hourglass flashbacks. Great soundtrack, though. That's Sea King's Temple. Anyway, hi, Maker Tree, stalking me as usual. Like your cousin. Thank you, Link. I, too, received part of the Gift of Time. I just dreamt of Spool Swamp out west. Something is afoot there. But I can see no more. Oh. Alrighty then, you are very sleepy. I would say narcoleptic, but I know that's not what narcolepsy is really like. But that was weird. That happens in my recording sometimes, I don't know why. Anyway, we need to turn it winter here, because we can access this cave in the winter. Note, if you're playing Seasons first, don't even bother with this, because we got a fairy here who's exclusive to the linked game. And she wants to tell us a secret to Tingle back in Ages. So write down whatever password you get, and when I eventually go to tell people these passwords in Ages, we will give that to Tingle, though I'd rather not talk to him again. Anyway, now we're gonna continue on. And encounter Maple already. She's zigzagging! Oh, baby, come on. Yes! Heart piece, mine, yeah! Well, that's one random thing off my back. I don't even care that I missed the Gasha seed. I got one of the hardest heart pieces in the game this early on. Note, if that had fallen in those holes, I would have had to wait for her to drop it again. Anyway, we're back in this house again because there's this random blue lady here who wants us to tell the authors of her favorite book, who lived in Labrina's Symmetry City in the past, a secret. So, yet again, another Ages thing for the linked game. Note, these NPCs do show up only at certain times. And now I'm digging my way out, because you might recall, right before the snake's remains, we saw a heart piece, just southeast of it. So let's go get that, shall we? There you are, you beautiful little thing. Ah, that feels good. Oh, yeah. Now I just need to wait. Oh, well, first off, I'm back at Voss's. We got the curse ring, which which makes you do half damage and take double damage, and the whispering, which makes you take no curses in. I don't get the point of the curse ring other than a challenge run, honestly. Anyway, now I'm gonna head back to Bippin and Blossom's house because there's a few questions they can ask us now. She'll ask you what kind of personality you are. For the route I don't want to say hyperactive, but it'll still work for me if I recall correctly. And, I leave a bit preemptively coming up here, actually. I want to talk to Cecil himself, actually. If you would get over here. Thank you. Do I have a girlfriend? Well... Yes, I totally do. I'm popular with the ladies. What are you talking about? So that's pretty much the last questions you're going to need to ask him. Oh, hi, Impa. How are you? It's terrible, Link. Zelda has left the castle in Hyrule without any guard. It's on the way here. I'm like getting all these accents messed up. What's going on? Anyway, Zelda's missing. She's going to check the town. We're checking up north, so that means we're probably going to find her. Yay. And up here, by the way... Oh, wait. Oh, crap. I forgot to mention something. I'll do it during this. Such fine clothes! You must be a high-class girl. Rupees, jewels, everything. Give me your valuables. You're the boy. Don't tell me you followed me all the way here from Lablina to a place like this. You mean to stab me, don't you? I won't let you. I'll crush you this time. Take this. And we got another kill 'em all. One thing I forgot to mention is that if you're playing seasons first, this is your cutoff for choosing which animal buddy you want. If you want Moosh, you need to buy his flute from the shop. If you want Dimitri, you need to win his flute from the dancing game. If you want Riki, just progress on. Thank you for saving me from danger. My name is Zelda. You must be Link. I knew it at first glance. Princess Zelda. Thank goodness you're safe. What a mess. Why have you left the castle alone? I had a terrible dream. Link was attacked by a great shadow. I had to do something. Link, surely you can keep this for me. Ooh! Is this a proposal there, Zelda? My goodness, it's too dangerous for you here. Let's go to the Maya Refuge. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this! Now I should mention as well, that's exclusive if you're playing the game second. By the way, senseis are here that can attract monsters. But if you're playing Ages second, you actually get a fun little mini-game where Vyre kidnaps Zelda and you have to go through a Donkey Kong section. That's actually really cool. But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 5, I'll be checking out the Spool Swamp area. And, well, heading towards it at least. See you guys then!